I tell you what, the Common Sense Club faithful have no greater friend in the United States Congress, the chairwoman of our Common Sense Club caucus and the inventor of the Tea Party caucus in the United States House of Representatives, our friend Congresswoman Michele Bachmann, back with us. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. It's always wonderful to be at the Common Sense Club. Thank you, Scott Hennen.
I want to talk a little bit about your book today and, of course, get an update on your run for the presidency. The book title, I think, says it all. Core of Conviction, My Story. Nobody doubts your convictions, do they?
Well, no, nor should they. And I think what this book allows me to do is have an unfiltered 3D view of who I am and how I got to be the way that I am. I was born and raised in Iowa, and a lot of people don't realize that I came from a middle-class family. But when I was a young girl of 12, we lost nearly everything, our home, everything that we had. And I had to get a job when I was 12 to help the family out. I had to buy my own glasses, my own clothes, my lunch at school. And it ended up being one of the most formative experiences of my life because it taught me some basic core American principles like no one owes you a living and an honest day's work for an honest day's pay, and your word is your bond. Those are some core values that made the United States great. They're missing from the common parlance today, and I talk about that a little bit in my book. And later on, it drove my husband and I to also remember kids that are in challenging situations. We took 23 children into our home who were foster children. We raised them up and launched them into the world. And we also created the first K-12 charter school for at-risk kids in the country that's still going because we both have broken hearts for at-risk kids.
Well, you know, I've had the honor of knowing you before you were a national star that you are now, and obviously on the national stage in the quest for the Republican nomination. And one of my favorite things when I've had the opportunity to introduce you to groups is to say, here's what you don't know about Michele Bachmann if you follow mainstream media sources. She's a business owner. She and her husband started a business. She's a mom. She's a foster mom. I mean, the story of the foster, and you've added new chapters to that story when you talk about at 12 years of age having to go to work to help support your family. I mean, that's what principles, a foundation of conviction comes from, doesn't it? Those life lessons.
It really does, and I think that's what we need in our next president of the United States, someone who has had to experience life challenges, someone who's triumphed over those challenges and lived the American dream because it's all about opportunity. It's not equality of result. It's opportunity. And those same core principles haven't gone away. Those core principles are still available in the United States. Barack Obama has changed the equation. He's changed in his mind what America should be and what it should look like. And instead, his vision is creating a banana republic rather than the greatest economic and military powerhouse in the world. That's what I want to do as president, and my book is really my story. And I think people will find it a very interesting, good read. I hope they get it and pass it around to as many people as they can, because I think it's important for people to know not what the media says about who I am and what I stand for, but what the reality is of who I am and what I stand for. And it's a great American story, and one that I think really will encourage a lot of people, especially now at the holiday season.
You're absolutely right. My only question is it too late? Because you have been the target of Nancy Pelosi. You've been the target of the media. You're telling your story yourself, and it's a good story. And I think if ultimately every person that ultimately will decide the Republican nomination heard it, the polls might be a little bit different right now. I think if you had not, because of your convictions, weathered the attacks that you have weathered politically as one House member, as one of 435, the attacks you've taken to be, public enemy number one, according to Nancy Pelosi and the media. And we have new examples. I mean, you got media speculation about your marriage. You got songs calling you horrible names on late night talk shows. I mean, one after another. How do you deal with that day in and day out?
Well, what this shows is that the left sees that I'm the most formidable candidate against Barack Obama, and I am, because there is nothing that they have on me. On every single issue, I take Barack Obama on. I represent our issue. Unlike any of the other candidates, I don't have compromises in my life or in my past on any of these policy issues. I can stand up to Barack Obama. I've proved myself in the debates Of all of the candidates on the stage, I'm the only one that's been involved in national security, foreign affairs, and the classified secrets of our nation. No other candidate is more or better prepared in dealing with national security. I've been at the tip of the spear fighting Barack Obama, leading the charge against Obamacare, against amnesty for illegal aliens, against the global warming nonsense with Nancy Pelosi. On issue after issue, I've already been in the arena, and I've proven myself. I've been tested. And I think that's what the Obama team knows. I would present the most formidable challenge to Barack Obama. I would defeat him not only in the debates, but I would defeat him in the polls. Mine would be a historic presidency and a historic run as the first woman, the first mother, to take on the President of the United States. And I think it's time. I think that we have a bold, new, very different candidate. And don't think that this game is over. It's not by a long shot, because now the information is coming out about Newt Gingrich, about his positions on being for amnesty, his financial dealings. All of this is coming out. And we've seen candidates race to the top and fall down just as far. And I don't have any gaffes. I don't have any surprising information that's come out about me. We've got a month as an eternity in this race, and everything is just turning. This book is coming out at the perfect time.
Let me ask you. Speaking of the presidential race, let me ask you about the latest allegation against Herman Cain. Will this lead to his exit? Do you believe?
Well, that's what everyone has said to me yesterday. When it came out yesterday, everyone said, "This is it. He's done." And so people just don't see that there's an ability for him to be able to come back after that. And I think that now the field is narrowing considerably.
If in fact Herman Cain exits, does that most benefit you in this race?
Well, I think all of these do benefit me. I think that Rick Perry's slide in the polls benefits me. I think that with Herman Cain. And I think now we're re-looking at Newt Gingrich because of more information is coming out. I think those who are the common sense conservative voters are looking for their champion. I've been their champion. I'm their tested champion. And now I think they'll be coming home. And January
Titanium spine. Titanium spine. No question about it. Congresswoman Michele Bachmann, the book is Core of Conviction, My Story. Let's hope America reads it. God bless you, my friend. Good to talk to you. We'll talk again soon, okay?
God bless, God. Love you. Bye-bye.
She's a great lady. She'd be a great president. More after this. Don't go away.